Welcome back to this week's episode of Embrace Your Uniqueness. And here we are at a tipping point. Facebook is on the run. A rebranding effort, another way to change and manipulate the market, to grab hold of you, to suck you in. Don't let them do it. This is a great time to delete your social media accounts, move away from the nonsense, clear your mind of the cloud, and just become yourself a little bit more. Embrace your uniqueness. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm really excited to talk about this with you today.
We have to become brave enough to challenge ourselves. We have to become bold when sharing our special story. We all have something special inside. Are we willing and able to make the stand and say, yes, this is the life that's worth fighting for?
Right off the bat, I want to thank you for all your support with this channel, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. By subscribing to this channel, you are going to be notified by my weekly videos. I post videos every Monday. Now, typically they're all around the world of whether it's on my life with my disabilities growing up and my personal adventures, or just on the topics of personal development. Here on Embracing Your Uniqueness, I'm hoping to reach people and help them as they drive and strive to develop their own beautiful journey of their relationship with themselves. That self-love, that self-understanding, that self-acceptance, and that self-growth minded mindset that you're gonna need in order to chase down those big dreams and goals. I really believe that we all have something special inside, a story, a talent, something, a gift that we need to express in the world, and that personal develop will help you fortify what you're going to need to put yourself out there confidently and just become the best version of yourself. And that's what we're here to do. We should be encouraging each other to express the best version of ourselves. So here we are. Topic. Thank you. Your support, tuning in, leaving your comments. A lot of momentum that's been built around this social media dilemma. Are we losing ourselves into this product? I liken it to our battles with the tobacco industry, the negative food and drug battles with sugars, and the unhealthy fat battle and saturated fats and all the dietary nonsense, big pharma. You can see this, these are massive patterns that we have in our capitalistic society. We, as the people, the consumers and the creators, have developed a system that, one, is extremely profitable, extremely fair, and in a way, it's out there, and it's people all around the world want to come to America to tap into the endless possibilities that it is of living in a freak democracy in a capitalistic society. And with that being said, there has been a division between the people on the top and everyone else. And the people at the top won't stop. You have the race of the billionaires right now. And all along the way, they have left the one most important thing on the back burner. Instead of just focused on money, making, gathering, conquering, power, they never stop to think about what they're doing to the people that are consuming their goods. And like I said, Facebook's dilemma is just like the big tobacco industry. Tobacco products were pushed, and they said how popular it was and how good for you it was, and that nicotine was, a positive drug for yourself, and all this stuff. The nonsense went on, and then they got a lot of bad problems associated with smoking and a lot of bad health problems. So what did they do? They added filters to the cigarette. They added menthols. They had Camel lights and Parliament lights, all the light brands of cigarettes that are out there. And I'm not picking on any one brand. It doesn't really matter. Just the mentality of it. It's like what Facebook's going through right now. Mark Zuckerberg is up against the ropes. Thank God we have these people that are brave enough to be whistleblowers and to express exactly what's going on in the upper levels of hidden CEO offices of these major multi-billionaire corporations. What is driving that greed? Who's behind this? Who's signing off on all these decisions? Well, we get these little glimpses when we have these brave people step forward and express their concerns, And so Mark Zuckerberg, he's got a lot of bad rep, that there's been a lot of internal investigation onto just how negative the effects of Facebook and Instagram are on our youth, especially young women, just in general in the population when it comes to misinformation, and that they have allowed themselves as a company to go after profits over the well-being of people. And now there's that pushback, and it happens a lot quicker nowadays because everything happens a lot quicker nowadays because we all have quick access to other people. We have phones, we have, internet accessibility, we have quicker ways to contact outlets like news sources and everything. So things happen faster than they did years ago. So if you are doing some malpractices in business, you're gonna be caught quicker. Now you have Mark Zuckerberg coming up with this rebranding of Facebook. And what he wants to do is turn all of his businesses into one. So you have your WhatsApp and your Instagram and Facebook Messenger, and turn it into this massive one-stop shop. Lose yourself into this internet world, super consumer, where you can spend cryptocurrencies there. And how dangerous is this? Where we're going to not only try to dial back our time with the social media world, that he's going for the push, and he's going to just try to drive it so he can bring you to a world where you just get submersed even further. And I think that this is truly a place where we can say enough is enough. These billionaires, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg, I don't believe that these are evil people. I don't believe that their mindset was, from the outset was to hurt people. I don't believe that at all. I think that they do what we all have inside of us. They want to do well, and they want to do the best they can. And when you get to that upper echelon of money making, I'm sure there's a natural competitiveness amongst each other, amongst the other billionaires and multi-millionaires out there, where it just drives you to push the limits. And I think that these companies, these big companies, Amazon, Tesla, Facebook, and all these, even YouTube, let's face it, like all these companies, they start pushing the limits because they just want to see themselves as the number one. And you can't blame people for having that drive, but what we can do is make sure that we're holding people accountable. And also, as a consumer, we need to hold ourselves accountable. We made these three billionaires by buying into their product and becoming super consumers. So stop yourself from being a super consumer. You can change immediately your relationship with these like easy access, filled, addictive behaviored like worlds that they've created, and you can do this, and it all comes down to personal development. I'm telling you, personal development will set you free from your that weakness that these big billionaires exploit. Companies exploit our insecurities, and that's what makes you the best consumer in this world. If you take the time on working on yourself, creating a disciplined lifestyle, finding a way to feel super confident in what you want from this world, where you're going in this world, and where you desire to be, you will limit yourself so much on all these nonsensical, super consumer ideals, and you will not be the victim of a capitalistic society. That is a lot to take in. It's definitely easier to say than it is to do in practice. We have a lot of social pressures to be the consumer of the world. We have a lot of internal battles of wanting to establish ourselves and show to the world that we're doing well, and show to the world that we're having all that we need. And it is hard. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I have things in this world. I'm not a minimalist in any way. I try to be as much as I can be, but I know that I buy things. We all buy things, but we can have more confidence that everything we have is inside of us, and we can choose and pick and choose what we do and how much we do of it. So I just want you to know that let's empower ourselves. Let's put on the forefront, instead of falling into the next big traps of social media, instead of falling victim of whatever Facebook cooks up again, and stop blaming, the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Jeff Bezos and the Elon Musk for having too much and everyone else having too little. Why don't we just take back the power a little bit and just say, for me and my family and the people I talk to, I'm always going to put reality, real life, in the conversation of embracing your uniqueness and enjoying what you have, and living a life full of gratitude, and having goals and working towards things, and tap into all this amazing innovations and connection devices and abilities to, communicate with all different parts of the world and run a global business and be able to tap into all the beauty of the creations that have happened, but don't let it drive us down. Do not become a victim of this. And so my question to you is like, where are you at on all this? Like, is this not an interesting time that we've stumbled on where we're in real time watching a corporation like Facebook have to manipulate itself in the public eye to see who catches on and who bites the next big bite? Who's going to be the next group of, wow, this is so cool and shiny object, let's go get it. It's a lure. So don't just be the fish who bites onto the hook. I'm telling you, it's important that we roll it back, dial it down. I think that this is the most amazing time to just start deleting apps off your phone. I think that this is a great time to start honing it all in. Shipments are stuck offshore, so there's a less, everything's really high with inflation right now. This is a time to slow down the consumer mentality. Buying local, supporting your communities, tapping into the people around you, re-strengthening the relationships around you, and re-strengthening the relationship you have with yourself. And that's what this is truly all about. I'm not here to totally pick a fight on Facebook, even though I love talking about this, and I do secretly kind of like watching Mark Zuckerberg squirm a little bit right now. But here's the deal. The purpose of my channel is to promote personal development, self-growth. I've gone through a lot of it. I'm sure that you have that drive in you too. And I'm sure there's something inside of you that knows that you can go after something more. You can get after something more. You can achieve more in life. And I'm telling you, with discipline, patience, and persistence, utilizing the tools around you, utilize your libraries, utilize all the videos that are out there on YouTube, communicate with other people, find your network, find your group of people that are going to push you to be the best version of yourself. And I encourage you to go explore that world. I know there's a gift inside of you. I know that you have a talent. It's hard to see at first because that negative voice is always running, that negative monologue, that you might fail or things might not work out the way you want to, or like, who am I to get this big thing, and shouldn't I just be happy with what I have and just be satisfied and stand still? And I'm just going to tell you, go after that big goal. I mean, why not? What's to lose? Let's push each other out there in this world. Let's try and strive to be just like that nice best version of yourself to strengthen our communities. Buying local gives you such a great sense of pride in where you are and what you're doing and who you're helping along the way. Becoming that local consumer is a really powerful way of establishing a personal confidence. Just knowing that you're directly impacting lives around you, and volunteering and donating if you have the means for that. Even just a little bit goes a long way. All these things build your self-confidence, a positive way to self-confidence. Becoming active in your community, go on those 5K walks or runs. Becoming a better version of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. Just really trying to become the most well-rounded version of yourself. Exercising, eating healthy, eating local, contacting local farms, just involving yourself just really will shock you, just that feeling you get inside. So I hope you have something on your to-do list that is just going to help you break away from the social media fog. What is it? Tell me about it. Leave these comments. Keep me posted. Let me know. And once again, thank you so much for joining me. This channel is just something I love to do on these, to put these out on Mondays. So thank you again for tuning in and joining me and being a part of this movement. Embrace your uniqueness. That's the movement, Let's reinvigorate ourselves. Let's re-empower ourselves to be the best version of ourselves.